G'day guys, welcome to another Tuesday night in the man cave. Hope you all had a bloody ripper week. Now what we've got going on tonight is I continue on with that welding project, so that fire rim pit bloody thingy do valaki. So get a bit more done on that. What else we got? Oh, the tail light, LED tail light for the DR650 that Corey sent. I install that onto Max and also give it a test run, see how that goes. So you'll find out how that works. I get 2 new stickers for the Worldwide sticker board. I get a new little flame Duvalaki tool for the man cave. What else we got? Oh, and the other thing that Corey sent was that the secondary air filter for the DR650, the uni filter thing. I install that on Max and give that a test run as well. And then at the very end, I do a little bit more on that fire pit. And at the end of this, I'm going to tell you what me and Nate are going to do tomorrow, which some of you guys might be interested in. Cool. So hang on, where are we going? Let's get into that welding project. Alright guys, so you saw last week that I basically welded all that up there. It's still together, unbelievable. So we've marked out what we're going to do is to cut a big door on it like that. We made it extra wide. These are bloody railway spikes. These bloody Duvalakis. Nay had one that she was practicing on. She cut it open and what do you call that? Bloody die tap thing in it. She said I can have it. And what we're going to do is weld that on there, and that'll become a little handle Duvalaki. And all these extra ones here, I reckon, we'll cut them off at whatever the angle's going to be, and that will be the feet for the bloody fire pit. What do you reckon? Cool. Alright, so what we're going to do now is start bloody cutting this out. Well, there you go. Well, there you go, guys. That is now done. Just thought I'd show you I've been using all the protective stuff. So that's the deal. That's all cut now. Oh yeah, look at that. Crazy. So obviously now I've just got to go around and bloody clean up, grind all these up, make them all nice and smooth, all around that kind of stuff. Then I'll look at putting creating that bloody little knob thing, which will be a bit of welding on that. Welding all those on there. Yeah, alright. Alright, we've just added some stuff to the top. These are the bits of metal that hold down the tracks on a railway track system thing. So I figured we'll put 3 on there, then we can have a hot plate that goes on top of that. So you still get to see the flames popping out here, and then we'll have something that we can bloody cook some snags and steaks and chops and whatever on there. Cool. Alright guys, so let's go and check out how this bloody LED light goes on Max. Is it going to be a bust or not? Alright guys, Nay said I don't know why you haven't tested this bloody LED light. It's taken us a bit of bloody trouble to get it, but anyway, it's late at night. We weren't planning on doing this. This is that LED light that Corey from Canada, who sent the package, sent me this. So that's an LED stop light Duvalaki. So what we're going to do is turn off the lights, and I've got the original in there, and we want to see the differences. We've already just tested this, and it's got this cool flash thing, but I want to see what you guys think. So I'm going to turn the lights off, turn the ignition. So if we look at that back thing there, so stop light on, stop light off, stop light on, stop light off. Now, can you go around to the back and just point it at that? Yeah. That's the tail light. Stop light on, off. Stop light on, off. Cool. So now we'll whack in this one. So it's an easy install. It just swaps straight over. All right. So tail lights on. So looking at that back wall. Stop light on. Oh no, that is brighter, isn't it? Yeah. There's a real difference between the two. So what's happening is I'm just putting this brake on and I'm now holding it. So it does 2 lots of flashes and then the brake light stays on.
3 lots of flashes.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, oh yeah, 3. Cool. So you want to go from the back? Bloody crazy. Alright guys, so what I think we've worked out is that the difference when you've got the LED, so when you've got the incandescent, the normal bulb, doesn't matter if you're looking at it being illuminated on something, there's a clear difference between the two. When you have an LED bulb in there, looking at it illuminating anywhere, there's a clear difference. But when you're directly, and this is obviously the main purpose, is when you're behind the bike and you're looking at that tail light, there's not a huge difference between tail light and the stop light, which was the problem that I had with the other ones that I bought. But having that flashing thing bloody going on, that alleviates that totally. Nay just said, I wonder if it's legal to have it like that flashing. I don't know. Let us know what your thoughts are. But I think that's a bloody winner. And I think tomorrow I'll get the details of that and I'll put it up. It's just getting too late now. We should be in bloody bed. No, I should be shh. Yeah, I reckon that's Corey. Bloody good on you, mate. Alright guys, so it's the next day and it's actually at a decent hour. It's just coming on dusk. So, now, this bulb, it's a 1157 flashing rear brake light. I'm going to show you the photo that Corey sent me. That's what this actually came in the packaging. I've had a look on eBay and they do have it, and they're that Gen-C bulb. So there you go. So far I think this is bloody good stuff. I'm gonna put all this back. I wanted to do this bit of the video before I have to put all this bloody stuff down. It's a real pain in the ass just to change a bulb, because there's the bloody screws there and they're right on top, so once this is all down you just can't get to the bloody things. But anyway, yeah, I reckon they're pretty good, but we'll see. You guys are going to see what it looks like while behind me as I'm riding, like I did last time. Alright, I'm shutting up. Here you go. Oh, actually no, hang on. I'm going to be popping up now. What you're seeing is both those, the incandescent and the LED, side by side, just to see the difference. And I think there's not... The incandescent shows the difference much better than the LED when you're looking directly at the tail light, which is what we're wanting. But having that flashing, that makes a huge, makes up for that. All right, let's get out on the bloody road. All right, guys. So here we go. We're out and about. I'll put on these brake lights. Hopefully you can see that from Nay in the Jeep. Well, it's a bloody nice night for a ride. Hopefully these lights up here will turn red. I want to see what it's like when there's a fair amount of light around. Beautiful, look at that. So that should have flashed the 3 times and then should be staying on at the moment. So hopefully you can still see the blinker. there you go, guys. What did you reckon of that? Now, Nay said definitely knew I was braking, and when I wasn't braking, when I was blinkering and braking at the same time, it was a bit like a bloody Christmas tree, but she could still tell that there was the brake and there was the turning. From the legal point, I've done a bit of a search, and like here in Australia, in Victoria, I've looked at forums and people have already done all the searching and all that, and kind of read out the bits and pieces. There's no definitive rule as such against it. The main thing that they say is that the only thing that lights that can flash on and off are blinkers on a vehicle. Now these flash, but then they do come to a full light, and also you can replicate that. And I've done that before when I've been a bit sus with someone behind me. I'll do that. I'll flash the brakes as I'm braking and then full on brake. So when you can repetition the same thing, I don't know what that is. So I think it'll be the same as a helmet cam problem that we had in Australia, where there was no real law for it. It was up to the discretion of the police officers there for a while. It wasn't until it went through court and all that kind of bullshit then they make a ruling. So in the event of this, it's going to be up to the policeman who bloody pulls me over, who will then go, "What the bloody hell, Mark? What's going on here? You're trying to look like a bloody policeman?" And I'll say, "Come on, no, I'm just looking after myself. I don't want someone ramming me up the arse." And then he'll go, "Oh, what a bloody ripper idea, Mark." All right. So I've said that about the legal thing. I have no idea. Don't believe me. I don't know what it's like in other countries. So I'm going to run with that. I reckon that's the deal. I'm not going to sell the bloody thing, so you can get them on eBay, and I can seen that you can get them on Amazon. Back where I put up the Gency 11 whatever it was. Do a search for that on either Amazon or Google or eBay, and they'll come up. The cheapest chips. There you go. Cool. Hope you enjoyed it. Alright guys, let's go and check out the cool little bloody tool I got for the man cave. Alright guys, I've got a new tool for the bloody man cave. There it is there. Yes, I've got crazy hair. I don't know what the hell I was doing in my sleep last night. Nay said I had to show this while I've got my crazy head, because something just happened with this thing that scared the shit out of me. And she wasn't too sure whether it was the crazy hair that made it funny or not. So this is a little gas burner thing. You most probably already know about them. It's to be used on one of these. I've had one of these Duvalakis that I just bought from Bunnings. Works really good. Now, but this was cheap. I got it off bloody eBay. I can't even remember how much it was. It was bugger all. But yeah, it basically just fits on here. Same as a little stove thing that we sell. That's it. Turn the gas on. There you go. To get it down, it's a little bit touchy. Yeah, there you go. They only got yeah, whatever. But I don't know what I was doing, but I said to Nay, yeah, so that's it. And I went like that. Oh. Yeah, that happened. They say. Alright, turn it off. It says in the instructions, don't turn it upside down. Bloody crazy. There you go. There's a new little bloody tool gadget thing for the man cave. Alright, back to the man cave on Tuesday night. Alright guys, so it's sticker time. Let's get over there. Alright guys, so the first sticker comes from Texas, and it's from Lone Star Rider, so that's Rex. Now, got a write-up. I've got two stickers. So that's Rex, which is, he's got a YouTube channel, he's got a vlog, it's Lone Star Rider. Now, Rex is actually, years and years ago, it might have been years and years, but years ago, Rex actually sent me the, I'll just show you now. In here, sorry, the lights aren't all on, that, the Route 66 sign, that actually Rex sent that to me. Here's the photo that I took of it when I got it. And that's his sticker up there. Bloody good bloke he is. Alright, get back over here. Alright, so, got a little write-up, which is good. I like the little ones. I don't have to do too much bloody reading and sound like a bloody dickhead. Alright, short lookers are on. Mark, I hope all is well. Keep up the great work on YouTube. I got some new stickers. You can use them on the map or whatever you may like. Hope to see or hear from you. And I think this is what Rex would say. Hope to see or hear from y'all soon. Enjoy the stickers, my friend. Catch you on the road later. Sorry guys, I actually sound like a bloody idiot. There you go. Thanks Rex, you're a bloody legend, mate. All right, we'll go whack the bloody sticker up. One's gonna go here and one's gonna go over there. All right guys, here we go. United States, and that is Texas in there, and I'll put it near Dallas because that's where Richland Hills is close to. Bloody ripper. Thanks heaps, Rex. All right guys, so second sticker is coming from Wisconsin's. You can see there he's put the cool, he's actually printed the bloody Biker Bits logo on there, and he's done cool bananas on the back of the envelope. Bloody ripper. All right, so we've got two stickers, and they are Chaotic Detailer. So he has a YouTube channel as well. He sent along a note, and it's a bloody long one. See if I can read this without stuffing up too much. Good day, Mark. Big font to help with the short lookers. Cool, I got them on. Finally decided to get off my butt and join the sticker board. These are just printed on my inkjet with a coat of lacquer sprayed on them. My plan is to have a batch made up that are waterproof and reflective. Why not have a sticker that screams your name and adds the safety at the same time? I will put one on the back of my helmet and then give some out to those that are interested. I've been following your channel since before you got Max. Over those years I have gone from Arizona to Montana and currently reside in Wisconsin, but plan on heading back to the mountains in a couple of years. The addition and bike builds of Max and the Postie bikes was great to watch since both have been on my list of bikes to own for years. I also love to see Brutus since I had a 1998 Jeep Cherokee. Lifted it with an old man Emu kit, which looked as nice as yours for years until the wiring harness fried and took the computers with it last year. If you ever look to improve the ride and add some clearance to your Jeep, I would highly recommend going with Old Man Emu. It really improves handling on those washboard, corrugated roads. Bloody brilliant! And yeah, I've heard really good stuff about those. Just to screw with you, what he's done is he's now got bloodies. Did you see that? I gave him the finger. I didn't mean to do that. He's got small bloody text. By the way, I use the gotcha straps I bought from you a couple of years back all the time. They are still holding up great. My only wish is that I had bought some 2 meter straps as well. I bought some of those, some of the small ones, and had a batch of 1 meter straps. Sometimes I need to link a couple of the 1 meter straps together to get around a duffel on the bikes. Yeah, and that's a good thing. You can do that. You can link them together to make all the different bloody things. I wish I still did the overseas stuff, but it's just crazy. One of these days I hope to get down there and ride around Australia on Highway 1. Just one of many adventure trips still on my list. What's your opinion now that New Zealand has their own continent? Is this going to add fuel to the Aussie-Kiwi rivalry? And he puts a link to obviously the article about that. Thanks for the information, entertainment, and laughs over the years. Nicholas. Bloody ripper, Nicholas. Thanks heaps, mate. Now, with that the Kiwi-Aussie rivalry, I didn't even know they were wanting to have their own bloody continent. And it was actually funny because I watched a YouTube thing, what makes up a continent? And it's not anything bloody scientific. It's a whole, I can't even bloody remember now, but it's not scientific, and it even boils down to what the people of that particular country think. Like Greenland is pretty much its own continent, but they believe they're islanders, they're not actually on a continent. That type of thing. Anyway, there's a whole heap of other things in it, but I'm not going into it. All right, let's get the sticker up on the bloody board. All right, guys, so here we are. This is Wisconsin's up here, which we've already got a peg in there, so that's bloody great. And down here is the sticker. And actually, that sticker was actually quite see-through-y, as you can see there. You can see the map through it. That was pretty cool, actually. Fantastic, Nicholas. Thanks, mate. All right, guys, if you've got a DR650, you'll want to see this next bit. So we're now getting into that it's not a pre of anything. It's a uni filter for the secondary filter. That's what I was meant to say. Here you go. All right, guys, so it's late at night again and I've got to be fairly bloody quiet. Now, this filter this is the other thing that Corey sent me from Canada. So it's a breather filter. Now, what this is to replace on the DR650, obviously, and I'm going to bring you down here and show you. All right, guys, so this is what we're talking about. This filter here, if hopefully you can see that. Now, in the maintenance thing, or the periodic maintenance of the bike, there is no mention of this filter. What this filter, or it's called the secondary filter, and it's a secondary filter for the carby. I'm going to read out a little thing about it in a minute. Now, I've already had a bit of experience with this in the sense that I'll show you. Actually, here's what it should look like when it's new. And now this is what this one looks like inside. Now I saw that was happening, so there's no way to bloody clean it or properly or whatever. So I ended up putting a bit of hairnet in there just to be a pre-bloody filter for it. But when I did it, it just made the bike just starve. So I pulled that out and fixed the problem. So I never looked any further about it until I got this uni filter, so I'll just tell you what this is all about. Alright, as per usual, I'm no expert. This is just what I've bloody figured out by looking at forums and bloody websites, and some people mistakenly have called it a crankcase breather, which it's not, and I'm not referring to this thing, the filter, the stock one on the DR650, that pipe. It's actually a secondary air filter to the carburetor. Alright. So this is just a uni filter. It can, it's for venting crankcases, differentials, etc. Now this particular one doesn't need to have oil. I've seen a video where a guy actually oils it, but I don't believe you need to oil it. It says it doesn't need to be oil. This can be washed and reused. Now I'm going to read this stuff out to you, just so you can get an understanding of what the hell this bloody thing does. Now this is only for the stock carburetor. If you've got a different carburetor put on there, which a lot of people do, this isn't going to apply. Bloody short lookers. Alright, so I'm just going to skip a bit here. As mentioned already, the filter is absent from the periodic maintenance section of the service manual. Why then, you might ask, should I be worried about it? Your constant velocity carburetor relies on a diaphragm slide combination to correctly meter fuel. This diaphragm works by moving up and down in response to varying engine demand. The secondary air filter is meant to keep dirt and debris from entering an air hose that supplies air to the carb that helps moderate the slide. Any dirt or debris that might enter could hinder diaphragm slide movement, which in turn reduces your carb's ability to respond rapidly to changing engine demands. So there you go, that's what it does. Somewhere in that carby there's this little bloody diaphragm, and that filter thing helps it. So we need to keep it bloody clean. Mine's obviously bloody dirty. So now the next problem with this is the size. You'll note that this one is bigger. Now under that seat there's not a lot of real estate in there. And what a lot of people have a problem with is when you're wanting to put your seat back on, this part here, it rests right on there. Some people have shaven some of that off, and that makes it okay. I just watched a video where a guy, he's like he said, it was a lot of mucking around, but he was able to get the seat on without having to shave any of that off. But I've worked out that I can tuck it down in a different spot, which I don't think is going to be too much of a problem. Anyway, we'll go and do that now. Alright guys, so normally this is what's on here, like that, and then they've got this little doodad which fits on there, and that basically just lives down like that. And no worries about getting your seat on, obviously. But what we're doing, take that off. I'm going to take this off, not use that, because it seems a little bit loose where I can pull that off. So they supply one of those, so that's what I'm going to use on here. Alright guys, so now that that's on, and see I've got extra bits and pieces in here that I've added myself, but I can't see why I can't tuck it down here. So if I just put that nicely down there, that hose isn't kinked. Just hold that down like that. That should be fine. The only downfall that I can see with this is that if I was going through water, you know, I'd have a depth difference. Whoop, where are you there? Depth difference of about that, I suppose, which is pretty bloody negligible. But with that like that, I'll just put that seat on. Booyah, just like that. No worries at all. So there you go. That's a bloody job done. Now I'm going to be really, really naughty and start up this bike. See how it starts up. All right, you ready? Shh. That was a bit loud. Well, there you go, guys. So if your stock DR650 secondary air filter is all dirty and looking like it's just coffee grounded, grab yourself one of those. So there you can see the bloody stud. I see Vince Strand sells this on his website. adventurebikeaustralia.com.au, they sell this. And I'm sure this comes from America, so you should be able to get this bloody anywhere in the world, I suppose. Alright, there you go. Better quickly turn off all these lights and bloody get inside before someone starts complaining. Cool, back to the man cave. Whoops, I forgot. Thanks again, Corey. You're a bloody ripper, mate. Alright guys, it's the next day and I can yell and rahoo all the bloody hell I want, not annoy any of the neighbours. Now, what I'm going to do is quickly take Max out and test to see how he runs with that new uni filter in there. Cool, let's head out to... Alright guys, so we're into the 100k zone. Alright, so what I'm going to do, because up here is the twisty bit, so I'm going to do a really quick 100k, so just really go for it, and then we'll go through the twisty section. Alright, here we go. Bloody problems, whatever, no hesitation, no nothing. And that was more than 100k, I won't tell you how fast. I did bloody notice though, I've got a bit of a wobble up there. I've got a blown fork seal, so I don't know if that's what a blown fork seal does, but she got a bit wobbly there. Alright. So now we'll just go through these twisties. Which means we'll just be on and off a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I think that blown seal's playing a bit of havoc. I could normally zip through this, no worries at all. DR650, like back there I should have shifted down. You just give it to it and it just digs down and just goes, hell yeah. Like I should go down a gear now, but I'll pull it on. No worries whatsoever. Oh, the joys of bloody videoing. I just realised I've deleted the footage of what I'm about to do, so this is like a day or so later. Looks why I don't have helmet hair. I haven't just got off Max from that ride. Now, what I said in the last thing was that I believe that the bike is actually running much better. It's really hard to work that out because, you know, you get out there and you get all like bloody excited and all that kind of stuff. And also the fact that that's been clagging first, you know, bit by bit by bit by bit, so it's a bit hard to say. But in my head, I think that that is now running a hell of a lot better. So if you've got one of those stock bloody secondary filters and it looks like bloody coffee grounded stuff in there, or it's dirty or whatever, piss the bloody thing off, get one of those uni filters and whack it on there. There was no problems with surging, or it was all very responsive and everything. So yeah, I go for it. I'll just give you a quick look at the blown bloody shock seal. This is like when I first took off. That's why the bike went off on this. I got all the oil bloody all down there, all up over the bloody wheel. Yeah, so I think that's why I got the speed wobble. I don't know 100%, but that's what I think it is. And when I first took off, it kind of like went to the side, and I think it's to do with that bloody seal. But anyway, I'll have that bloody fixed, and you'll see me do it. All right, back over to the man cave. All right, guys. So a little bit more on that welding project. All right, guys. So I'm trying to bloody do some more welding. Now, as you can see, I've got overalls on. I've looked at all the bloody comments. Heaps of people bloody commented. Hang on, I'll grab you guys off here. Heaps of you guys have commented and gave me bloody great bloody tips. So one of the ones was, which I never even bloody thought about it, and that was the UV light coming off the welding arc is pretty bad for bloody like skin cancer or something like that. It's not bloody good for you, basically. So I've covered up my arms and as much as myself as possible. Another thing was, someone said about putting my short lookers on so I could see better, and by jingles by Jesus, they do actually help. Another thing was, which I actually already knew about it but didn't really concentrate on it, was trying to keep that cable as straight as possible. Not that that actually helps your welding, it actually makes the feeding out a lot better, and maintenance pipe type of bloody thing. Now the other things is more the technical kind of stuff people were saying, and I'll show you what I've just done. Now obviously this stuff is a lot more trickier than what I was doing before, but look at that, that's not too bloody bad. And you can see I've got some swirls happening there, down there. It gets a bit cruddy around the back here because it's just really hard. And that was the whole people were saying about pushing the weld in, like, whereas before I was just kind of like touching it and dragging it down, but now I'm pushing it and doing that circular type of, or the backwards and forwards type thing. I think as I go further I'll get bloody better at that, but that seems to be making a big bloody difference. So there you go, guys. So at the moment I'm welding these on. Oh shit, that's hot. So that is as bloody solid as. That won't go anywhere. So I've got another 2 of those to put on, which is all I'll do today, I think. Always got other work to bloody do. All right, cool. Oh, and guys, I wanted to bloody say a big thank you to everybody that commented in regards to the welding and the tips and the bloody just the moral support. Goes a bloody long way. Thanks, guys. As always, me and Naya just sitting having a look. She was playing a joke on me and said you put it on the wrong way, and then we went, oh well, look at that. So that's upside down, but they work perfectly as a set of bloody legs, and I reckon it looks cool. As per always, start out one way, end another way. Alright, so now we might end up using these, what the other ones were meant for, to hold up the plate. Who knows what's going to happen. Oh, and you noticed I was outside, because that was something else that a few people mentioned, was that I was welding right next to shop towels and bloody oils and bits and pieces. The whole man cave could have went up. It's rare, but it does bloody happen, so it's a good bloody thing to go, Mark, you dickhead, get out of the bloody man cave. Alright guys, last one, here we go. This is what we've come up with. We tried those spikes, but it just didn't look any good. So we've gone with putting these on the top as well. And the idea is that when I put the plate, I'm not going to weld the plate on. So this can be just a fire as it is to, I don't know, sit around or whatever. But then we can have the plate that we can just sit on top if we want to cook on top of it. So there you go. Alright, back to the man cave. I'm going to have a shower. Well, there you go, guys. That's Tuesday night in the man cave, all done and dusted. Now, I did say I was going to mention something about me and Nay doing something tomorrow. Now, what that is the Himalayan. Remember I said about whether we should go down to Melbourne and test out, take one for a test ride. Well, today I rang up, I think it's Race Motorcycles in Essendon, which is just the outskirts of the Big Smoke, Melbourne. And no worries, at 11 o'clock tomorrow, me and Nate are going to be down there and we're going to be able to test ride it. And I asked whether I could do the video footage and review and all that kind of stuff, and they said, yep, no worries at all. So hopefully, I don't know, maybe Thursday, Friday, we'll have that video, the review of the Himalayan. There you go, or the Himalayan if you live in India. Cool. All right, guys, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on bloody keeping on.